Evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to some more OP replays. We have two battles for you today. One in one of the most OP tanks in tier 10 at the moment. That is the M6 Yo. And we have one in a not so OP tier 10 tank, and that is the T110E4. So first up, we're watching Albanian driving the Yo. Albanian from the Legion clan. Yes, everyone knows the Legion clan. A great clan. Been around since literally the beginning. Twister Cup finalists. They won Twister Cup once, I think, and they've been to Twister Cup a few times, but got some great friends in Legion. And if you don't know Legion, where have you been for the last few years? So this map, they've decided to go up. Now this is the best route on this map. You get it now. A lot of players start to go down, especially when they are full of heavies, because it does take some time to get up this side of the map. So instead of doing that in like a Jaegeru or an E100, they do decide just to go down. Now this batch is going to get absolutely torn apart, and he actually says lag in a minute, which is very unfortunate if that was lag, because he lags out and then his hit points are basically all gone. Very unfortunate, but unusually our guy Albanian is driving this tank with the 3-shell autoloader instead of the 2. Most people drive it with the 2. I'd prefer driving it with the 2. It is a bit more OP driving it with the 2 than the 3, but the 3 is still decent enough to cause a lot of damage, which is what we're about to see. So they have cleared the bat chat, and they really need to clear these guys. Now, if I was him, I would have left the T54 in the E1 from the start and just gone for this Yo here. So he's still got 2 shells. There goes a bounce, and he's got 1 shell left, which he is going to get a shot on that Yo. Unfortunately, it doesn't take him out, but the M46 pattern does. Now, the heavy tanks down the bottom haven't managed to hold off. There were quite a few red tanks down there, so it's going to always end it's always going to end not well for them guys. But these guys up have done very, very good, and that was a very nice shot there. Hopefully the Leopard one doesn't go down. Hopefully he changes his mind and starts coming up. Now his Death Star on his team is very low hit points, very, very low hit points. Of course the Leopard one has gone on a YOLO mission. He does, however, take out the Waffle to bring it now down to a 4 versus 3. So 2.8k damage done at the moment. He's done okay, but nothing special. And why do people do that? Like, what was that Leopard one thinking? He potentially has just cost these guys the game, especially as there's still two E100s that are well over 4,000 hit points between them. So yeah, not the best of choices from that Leopard one here. So now they have started capping the base, which puts a little bit of pressure onto this green team. But the E100 just wants to sit there, get shot, and he does take a little bit of damage. So it's a 3 versus 3. He does get a shot from the E100, unfortunately. The M46 pattern is there. The E75 is flanking around there. Gets a nice bounce, his first bounce of the game, and he's going to just perma-track that guy, keep him in that position, and he brings him down to a 1-shot. Hopefully the pattern does manage to take care of him. So one E100 is on the right and one is capping. So that is the best thing at the moment. Yes, it's a 3 versus 3. His Death Star is very low hit points, but the best thing at the moment about this enemy is they are all split up. They're all not, like, literally they are as far away as possible. One's the right side of the map, one's the middle, and one's at the left. So good opportunity for our red team to either push some of these guys. Now, pushing around, the pattern has pushed the middle. Our guy Albanian is going to push the left side, and he's going to get a shot here on this E100. Hopefully he tracks him, but he doesn't even manage to get the damage. But at the moment he's done 5,100 damage. Of course this E100 is going to go for the pattern. There goes the Death Star, unfortunately, and now the pattern is a 1-shot. So he needs to clear these low hit point tanks. He needs to clear the E75, and of course he needs to clear this 700 hit point E100. But at the moment he's just going to go what he can get. He's just going to get what he can get, and that is shots on this E100 there. All 3 shells into him brings him now down to just 900 hit points. So it's he's still got a lot of hit points. He's still got quite a bit of hit points left, but he definitely needs to take out this E75, and he is going to do just that. So with 2 shells remaining, he needs to pick his target wisely, but he's actually going to go for this E100 here instead of going for the other one, which he could actually clear. So now if he can high roll on one of of these E100s, he can actually clear these guys with one magazine. But they are doing the right thing here. They are both pushing him together, which is great play at the moment from both of these E100s. So they do both shoot him, and they bring him potentially down to a one shot. So now he needs either a low roll or he needs a bounce. So this is where the 3-shell auto loader comes into play, because the reload is not as high as the 2-shell, and he does actually manage to get the bounce. So now he's got all the time in the world to aim his shots, make sure they pen, and he takes the kill. So 4 kills for him, 1500 block damage. He blocks a bit. It wins in the game, the block damage, and of course he does 8,400 damage. Absolutely a lovely play, especially when the next person to him only does 1,400 damage. He's there doing 8,500. Absolutely a brilliant play there. Well played, Albanian. Next up, we have Lulu driving the T110E4. Excuse me. So he's not in a platoon, he's on his own on the Castilla map. Now, I haven't watched this game at all, so I'm guessing he's going to push the middle. The best thing about the E4 is basically, it's not a TD, it's basically a heavy tank. So you can play it as a heavy tank, but most people still play this tank as a TD. So is he going to push this middle here? Yes, it looks like he is. Now, again, the good thing is, or the worst thing about this map is when there's so many TDs, and there's 3 TDs on each team. So you don't know if it's going to be a campy game. Usually that's what kind of happens on this kind of map and Dead Rail. When there's a lot of TDs, it just becomes too campy. Everyone's campy. No one wants to push because there's so many TDs, and most of the time they're not spotted. So at the moment it is looking good. He has his medium and his light tanks going to the left side, so hopefully they're going to spot whatever comes to the left. And of course the heavy tanks are going to the right. So he is actually going to play this at the start like a TD. He's going to sit back, deal some damage. There is nothing wrong with that, because this isn't the strongest of tanks. It's not great at hold down because of that hatch on top. So he is going to play it as a TD for now. And that was a beautiful HE shot there. Most people wouldn't have actually gone for that shot, but he went for it and it pays off. Now, as he's saying there, just keep spotting, guys. I'll do the damage. As long as you're spotting, I'll do the damage. Now, big mistake there from the Death Star. He's actually pushed down the bottom there. Not the greatest of positions for this map on a Death Star. He's not really in a good position to do any kind of damage, and he's actually just going to get torn apart. So the E4, the IS4 there is taking damage. The E100 decides to push, so he's now found himself in a horrible position, and the only thing he can really do is hide behind that rock. And at the moment, hiding behind that rock is only hiding from our E4, who can still manage to get a bit of damage into him. So a nice shot there. So 3.2k damage now. 1 medium is gone. As you can see, there is a TD that's gone this side as well, so he's actually taking care. Oh, there's actually 2 TDs this side. So now we actually know that there is a Death Star on the right side down below in the water, and there's 2 TDs this side of the map, two waffles. So if they wanted to, they can actually push further forward because they know they're not going to get sniped by any unspotted tank destroyers. And that is exactly why he's now pushing forward. He knows that he's best pushing forward because there's no one spotting now on the left side of the map, and we know that there is 2 waffles there, and in a TD spot where he was, with 2 waffles coming from the left, you could lose your hit points quite quickly. So pushing forward at this time is probably the best choices for him to do. So 3.7k damage done at the moment. They need to either focus on the left side or they need to focus on the 2 TDs on the right side. But he's going to focus on the left side. He is actually spotted, so he's just backing up. Excuse me. I'm actually not well, you know. Like, I've got a cold. My whole family's had a cold, a cough, sore throats. We haven't got coronavirus, but yeah, we've all had it. Even little Blakey, our newborn, he's got a nasty cough and a cold at the minute. So I do apologise if I do cough or sneeze or whatever throughout this this video. So at the moment, his team haven't. Wow. Again, what a beautiful HE shot there. But yeah, his team haven't managed to hold off, and he now faces himself alone against 3 tanks. So he's going to turn. Of course, he needs to be wary of these 2 waffles, because if they come up behind him, they're going to have a juicy HE shot into his rear. So he needs to clear these guys, and he gets, again, another beautiful HE. The HE he has done this game is absolutely incredible. Like, some shots are very, very risky, but they pay off. So he's now got himself into a position where he can actually hide from these guys. He does get another HE there, bringing the waffle down to a 1 shot. Again, excuse me. So now the waffle is a 1 shot. And there is an E100, not quite sure on the hit points of the E100 at the moment. So he's a 2 shot. So if these guys push together, if the E100 pushes first and takes the first shot, they can actually push together and take out this E4 quite easily. Don't want to sit there. Nice trying to get the shot through the gap there, but unfortunately just doesn't pay off. Now, what the waffle could actually do is just cap. He could just cap, but the E100 decides to push. He does get a shot into him, and this is where the waffle should have been closer to get that shot off, because, you know, at the moment he's doing okay. He's doing the right thing going behind, but what is he doing? That was just suicide there. So now he knows that the waffle is not in any danger whatsoever, and he does take care of the E100. So very, very bad play there from these 2 guys, the waffle and the E100 at the end. If they would have worked more as a team and shared hit points, they could have easily won this game, but it wasn't to be. But fair play to Lulu, absolutely brilliant game. And I do like seeing a nice high damage game in the E4, because we don't see it often. 8,600 damage, 55,000 credits earned. He gets the Paul's medal. He gets a well-deserved Klobanov as well. 1,800 base XP. So well played, guys. Thank you for sending me those replays in. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye. With